Now. Hi, everyone. Welcome to our X39 review with testimonial. We're so excited to have all of you here today. My name is Marcy Preble. I'm a senior presidential director, and I have Geraldine with me as well today, Geraldine Johnson, and she is a executive director, and we'll be hosting the call tonight. First, we'll have a few testimonials about what's going on with this X39. And then Geraldine will explain the product and I will explain how you can get the product. So with that, Sheila Hay, can you please unmute yourself? Sheila and I have been friends now for a year. I met her at convention last year after she was on the X39 just for maybe a few weeks or a month. And boy, did I find out the girl could dance. So with that, Sheila, tell us, what happened to you? What were you like before? And now it's been probably 6 months to a year. What's been going on now with you? And you look so beautiful tonight.
Thank you, sweetheart. Well, first, let me just show you this. Look at that. My hair has, honest to God, since I started X39 on November 26th last year, grown 8 inches. I'm not kidding you. It's amazing. And it turned curly. So if you want curly hair, X39. My story is kind of a crazy one. I've had 4 knee surgeries. The most recent knee surgery that I had was in 2018 of September of 2018. And this last time, prior to the surgery, I went to one doctor and he told me, you will have pain for the rest of your life. You will have tendonitis in your knee the rest of your life. And there's not much I can do for you. And I said, don't put that story on me. There's going to be an answer. And I actually went back to the surgeon that reconstructed my shoulder. And he let me know that I didn't have an ACL in the left knee and that all of the scar tissue that had built up from the previous 3 surgeries, as well as the very minimal amount of cartilage that was left, was going to be taken out. And so I understood that to an extent. And so it happened. And just one side thing is that I'm allergic to all opioids. All of my life I've been allergic to opioids, so I don't take pain medicines. And this surgery was the most brutal. I got through the surgery and I spent 6 weeks on what's called a game ready ice machine, 20 minutes on ice, 20 minutes off ice for 24 hours a day. And we lived on the top in a 3-story house up in Alaska, and our room was on the top floor. And my husband he was so great taking care of me, but I was up there for at least 3 months, not being able to go up and down stairs because it was so painful. And we got to move here to Maui in May of 2019. And I was really excited because I felt that the warmer climate was going to help me get more exercise. I'd get to go out walking. And last fall, I was 55 and I was looking at turning 56. 18 days ago, I had my birthday and I was coming on 56 and I was thinking, man, I don't want to turn 56 and have this knee issue. I was walking with a cane and I turned 56 and I really was praying every day to God, I need a miracle. I can't look at turning 57. What am I going to look like in a year from now if this is how I feel today? So on November 26th, I was granted a miracle. And what is really interesting was that today, for the first time, I realized that is my eldest brother's birthday. And he had passed away and he gave me a miracle on his birthday. God passed it on to me. I got the patch and I put it on the spot where the doctor told me I was going to have tendonitis the rest of my life. And I had not been able since the surgery to literally touch that spot. And 2 hours after I put the patch on, I could touch it. And it makes me emotional to even remember it. And the journey, I know Marcy has a real emotional journey, and it just, when you look back at where you were and where you are today. So I called Marcy and I had a phone call in the first week of December, and my husband our friend Kathleen connected us. And Marcy explained what it was going to be like going into business. And my husband said, you need to do it because you're walking and you're not using a cane. And I was like, okay. And then I heard about this convention and I said, I'm going to earn my way through LifeWave to get to go to convention. And I did. And I stayed with Marcy, and she's right. We dropped it low and had a great time. And I danced for the first time in 2 years. And I was living life. People laugh at me when they hear this. Normal pain scale is 0 to 10. But when you are allergic, you literally take your body out, yourself out of your body, so you don't have to feel the pain, okay? And maybe some of you guys with chronic pain know what I'm feeling. And so I say I lived at a 30 on the pain scale. Okay, well, that first month that I met Marcy, I think I was down to like a 8 or a 7. And so for me, that was mind-blowing. And I, about a week ago, was on a call with Marcy, and I said for the first time publicly, I'm at a 2. And I can only attribute it to the grace of God and the skill of David Schmidt creating this amazing tool. And because I have so many allergies, the fact that nothing goes in my body but light codes, that's brilliant. I'm so far different in my life today. Instead of walking with a cane, I have taken up golf. And tomorrow is my very first ever full, I don't even know how many, what is it, 18 holes I think you play. Tomorrow's the first day that we're going to go play a full round. I have been practicing at the driving range for the last month and a half. And I put a piece of kinesio tape around my knee just to support it. And I don't have the pain that I did. Now, I want to tell you, I have stiffness, okay? The bones are, you know, technically, someone would tell me that the bones are still grinding on each other. My inner knowing of my own body tells me, and one day soon, I'm going to get to do it. I'm going to take an MRI and I'm going to look in that knee. And I believe that there's cartilage regrowing in there, because the pain level when you have bone literally doing this 24 hours a day is nothing what I experienced today. I walk, I trot after my dog at the ballpark, and I'm learning how to play golf. So that's my story, and it's 1 year from today that I've been on the X39. So, and Marcy, I can hardly wait to drop it low with you again.
Yes, I'm sure, you know, hopefully soon we'll be doing it. But I mean, you're a different girl from, you know, the woman even a year ago. I mean, you're running, you're dancing, you're playing golf. I mean, the woman that was at a 30 pain scale and a cane, like really, and you know, that's really because the X39 is activating her stem cells again. Her army is mobilized and it's moving and it's healing, and it's been healing for over a year, and it just keeps getting better. And I am just so, you know, that's what this is all about. We share the patch and let the patch do its work. You know, Sheila's a year now of the patch giving her freedom again. And any of you that have that kind of chronic knee pain know how tough it is. And, you know, she couldn't do any more surgeries, you know, 3 surgeries, she's done, right? It was just over, right? And so that her own body healed itself. Sheila, thank you so much for sharing. And you look great. You know, it's like, and I will say in Vegas, I'll never forget this. She lost her phone, and most people would be freaking out. Oh my gosh, I lost my phone, right? But she comes running, literally running to me. Marcy, I lost my phone. But the good thing is that I realized I lost my phone, and I was so panicked, I went running back into convention. And then I said to myself, oh my gosh, I'm running back into convention. And I'll never forget that, you know? So that's good stuff. So thank you.
Well, Marcy,
yes.
I just want to thank you for being one of my mentors, and because this is an amazing team. So thank you for building it and helping me to find freedom.
Yeah, you're welcome. And I know you got a new group of women that are following you right now, and they're beautiful. And you're going to have this beautiful business helping a lot of people. I just talked to Veronica yesterday. So super excited for everything that's happening, both for you personally and for your business, Sheila. And Ruth, let's see if you could unmute yourself, honey. I'd love to hear what has been happening to you. Now, let's see, you'll have to unmute your mic. There you are. Yes. So
Okay.
tell me your story, Ruth.
All right. Am I ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay. My name is Ruth Cheever. I want to go back a little bit with my journey before I get to the patches. So I was outside actually putting bulbs in my flower bed, and I fell down. So I could not get up. My knees wouldn't move. And so I went to the doctor, and he x-rayed my knees, and he gave me cortisone shot, and he said I need to have knee replacement. My knees were bone on bone. Well, I was pretty upset about the situation. So he said, well, you need to go to therapy before we do surgery. And so I said, okay, I go to therapy. So I went to therapy, and my therapist said, well, get a second opinion. So I got a second opinion on my knees. And he said, well, yes, you write bone on bone. So I came back to my therapist, continued therapy, and I have, I'm originally from Germany, and I have a German friend that had problems with her heart. And so she looked into the stem cells, and we both went in Utah, to Salt Lake City, and we got injections. She got an injection intravenously, and I got mine in my bones, in my knees. So the cost was $7,000. Hers for her heart and mine for both knees. And it didn't work. So I said, well, certainly I cannot afford another $7,000. So my friend used to go to a chiropractor, and there was a girl there, went to Mexico. And so we investigated, and she had a stroke. She went there, she told us all about it. And so we tried to get in, but we had to wait. But finally we got an appointment. We flew to San Diego, and they picked us up, and we stayed for 3 days. And the clinic was right across from the hotel. And we walked in, we had no idea what we were going to find. So I was very impressed, very professional. And so I call it the miracle clinic, really, because we're seeing something that come from Utah, from everywhere, that the stem cells have healed them. And so my journey began with the injections. So my first injection was in 2018, one in Salt Lake, and then 2 more in Mexico. Well, in Mexico was about 2,000 each trip. And so that was in June, went one more time in 2018, and 3 times in 2019. And in the meantime, first I looked at my x-rays, and I couldn't really see what's going on. So I got an MRI there, and then I came home and got another MRI. So now he saw really how bad my knees were. And so he would continue to inject the stem cells. And at the end of 2019, he put it on his computer, and I saw my knees completely well. Everything had healed again, and I was able to go and walk. I could walk somewhat, but I've had the strengths. And he said, now you can go home and you can come back and do maintenance maybe once a year. And so then the last time I was there in January, and my sciatic nerve started. So I had to go and thought, oh wow, now something else is happening with me now. And it's very painful to have a sciatic nerve all day long. So I got an injection for that. And then in January, the border closed. We couldn't go. So then I just took some pain pills, and then in June, finally, I was introduced to the stem cells and the patches to kill McDonald. And I thought, okay, well, this is something that I want to look at for sure. And so she sent me some, and I put them on, and I knew that I never have to go back to Mexico. They worked. They're still working, and they work for my sciatic nerve. And wherever I have maybe a little arthritis, I put a patch on there. And so I am absolutely grateful that I found those patches. And my journey is to let people know, please don't get a surgery before you try these patches, because you can always go and get surgery. I am no longer on medication. I'm on nothing. I just use the patches. I'm a happy camper. And I just want to say, I am just so blessed that I have found those patches. And I will continue passing that knowledge to everyone that I come in contact with, because this is the way we want to go live. We want to live without drugs and healthy and happy. So, I just, Sheila, I just admire you, because I know I didn't have to go through all this what you went through. And so before when I meet somebody and they said, I have knee, I said, listen, I have something, and I give it to them. I really would give the patches for them to try. And then they can decide what they want to do, because we need to share it, because there are so many people out there hurting and have no way to contact anyone. I didn't know LifeWave was out. I've never even heard of LifeWave in Utah. So so we need to touch people and give them that knowledge that we are, and because that's the only way they're going to find out to us, that they have an opportunity to use these patches before they go to the doctor and say, okay, you need knee replacement. I went to my doctor and I had a bladder infection, and he gave me drugs. And I went to my chiropractor and he gave me something natural, and I put my patch on, and I didn't have to have any drugs. So sometimes we need to go to a doctor, to just find out what's going on in your body. We're not denying our doctors, but before anyone, goes and says, I have to have surgery, send them to someone that has the patches and let them try them.
Thank you,
And
Ruth.
that's really my message that I want to share. And so then that's what I wanted. I wanted them just get for me. I thought, well, I'm going to, oh yeah, I have to have these patches. I can live without them. And then I thought, well, no, I'm going to sign up. I'm going to have patches that I can share with other people. And so, I just very happy. I'm out of pain. I wear the patch X39, and I wear the Eon at nighttime. And so I just kind of experiment, and find out, the other patches kind of. I have joined in June, so I've only been with LifeWave for 4 months, but it's been greatly 4 great 4
Thank
months.
you, Ruth. And thank you so much for sharing. We really appreciate that. And, you know, Ruth, my big takeaway from Ruth is that she waited on knee replacements surgery. She went and got stem cell injections in the US that were very expensive. Mexico cheaper. They're working. Borders closed because of COVID. She finds the X39 stem cell activation patch. She's fine. She doesn't need to go get injections in Mexico anymore for her
Nope.
knee, her sciatica. Thank you so much, Ruth. Geraldine, why don't you unmute yourself and tell everybody what this is that's working so well on Sheila and Ruth's knees?
Awesome. Thank you so much. Such wonderful testimonials tonight, Ruth and Sheila. Just want to state a real quick disclaimer that we usually give on the call at some point, just that none of the statements you heard from these two wonderful ladies have been evaluated by the FDA. They're not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. And you should always consult with a licensed healthcare professional before starting any healthcare protocol. So just know that, because the testimonials we heard tonight are very special to them, and they're all about them, and it not necessarily is what's going to happen to every single person. So basically, I just want to show you how simple and easy it is to use the patches. The patches come in a sleeve that we call this a sleeve. It's a 30-day supply. And in there are 30 of these patches. And what's really nice is with just a few acupuncture points you can put them on. Usually we say behind the neck or underneath the belly button, but for anyone, you can put them wherever you want. And what I'm going to do to make it really simple, because we have a lot of new people on the call, is I'm just going to kind of read what we have on an envelope that we will usually give out to people who use the patches or start on the patches, so that everybody knows that even if you don't understand a lot of the information, that is very, very simple, because on here it tells you the directions and what the patches do. So what we're going to do is you're going to put the patch on for 12 hours on, 12 hours off. And I particularly put on 7 in the morning, 7 at night. That's what I do. That's my routine. So usually before this, our show starts, I start pulling the patches off. And so what's in the patches, there's some organic crystals or amino acids and crystals. And from the heat of our body and the infrared light, it's going to activate the patch and elevate a GHK copper peptide in the body. So what a copper peptide does is it helps activate stem cells. It helps produce more stem cells, reset them, and regenerate and rejuvenate the stem cells. And so basically what we're doing with this patch is that copper peptide is helping put new stem cells on top of old ones. So as you heard from the testimonials tonight, some of the testimonials, they could be a week, they could be a month. Sheila's on it a year. I'm on it 10 months. We have Ruth who's on it for like 4 or 5 months now. And they grow, the results change, each month that you're on the patch. And so by the time you're 35, you lost about 50% of your stem cell activity. And then as we get older, by the time we're 65, we've pretty much lost all that stem cell activity, which is really why it's so important to wear this patch to help activate the stem cells. So the testimony, I just want to keep this call, really short because we limit it to 30 minutes, but just know that it's very, very simple and easy to use. And the results from each person varies. For myself, it was better sleep, better mental acuity, better workouts, real simple things because I was pretty healthy. And from all these people on the calls, you're going to see like they start to look younger and more rejuvenated. And just you'll know as you get on the patches. So Marcy, I'm just going to turn it over to you because we're almost at the end of our time here.
Yeah, thank you. And I just want to say this is quite amazing. So this patch made out of organic crystal, which is amino acids, salt, and water. When you put it on the heat of your skin, it elevates a copper peptide called GHK copper peptide. And Geraldine talked about how that activates your stem cells. Much like, have you ever been out in the sun and that smaller light wave, which is called ultraviolet light, elevates vitamin D. So this is elevating a light wave. It's a little longer called GHK copper peptide, which activates your stem cells. What does that mean? Well, Geraldine explained that. Let's talk about for Sheila and for our other beautiful woman that was on the call as well, that basically their stem cells quit marching. Their knees were having issues, bone on bone, and nothing was repairing. They put the stem cell on it activates these young pluripotent stem cells, and they have the unique ability to go and turn into whatever cell your body needs to repair. We all have different things that need to be repaired, but no, your body knows. And stem cells, when they're reactivated, they start to march and repair the first thing, then the second, and then the third. It just so happened that with Sheila and with our other lovely lady, that that their issues that needed to be repaired first were their knees. And that's exactly what was going on. And it's amazing to me that when you do put young stem cells on old tissue, you turn the tissue young again. We are not anti-aging, we're literally age reversing. And that really, really is happening. What's interesting is about a big percent of people will notice something in the first 1 to 10 days. But there's a group that it takes a little longer, maybe 30 to 90 days, because sometimes the stem cell, that pluripotent stem cell, needs to go and heal an internal organ first, and you do not always feel that. That's why the owner, inventor, creator of this company, David Schmidt, gives a 90-day money-back guarantee for customers and a 30-day money-back guarantee for wholesale distributors. So no, there is no risk. We just say, put a patch on and let the patch do the work. So let's talk a little bit about that. The company is a 15-year-old company. It has the backbone. We're in 100 countries. Before the x39, we did about 50 million in sales, but the x39 just came out a year ago. It is our 3rd generation product, and it took David Schmidt, our owner and inventor, 39 times to come up with just the right light wave to elevate stem cells. And here's the great thing. There is now a 20-year patent. We just got that about 4 months ago. So we are the only product that non-invasively, through light, activates your own stem cells. So that's pretty exciting. And just in the last year, our business has gone to almost from 50 million to almost 100 million. So make no mistake, the patch is working and we are in momentum. So how do you get the patches? Well, you can get with the person who brought you here. And one sleeve you can buy retail for $149. And there's 30 patches or a 30-day supply. Or you can become a preferred customer and get those patches for $119 and become a part of a wonderful 6-month sampling program where you get to try some of the other patches. And at the end of 6 months, you get some free sleeves. It's a wonderful deal. Or you can do what I did and you can come in at wholesale distributing pricing. Most people love the silver pack, which is 3 of these. 3-month supply for $2.99. It does give the best price at $99 a sleeve. And that allows you to earn money. I like to say, become a customer and get great discounts, buy a wholesale pack, get the best price, and also have the ability to earn. Do whatever works for you. And you may also go all the way up to a diamond pack, which is $1,500 with 19 sleeves. And anywhere in between. I like to say, get in where you're comfortable. The great thing is you can upgrade at any time, pay the difference in price, get the difference in patches. The diamond pack does give you enough patches to sample and share, and it does allow you to make a little more money in the compensation plan, but you can upgrade there whenever you want. So for more information, you can go to startx39.com. There's a 3-minute video on stem cell activation, an 18-minute video by David Schmidt, our owner, inventor, and CEO. And he talks about the technology as well as the issues that it helps with. And, you know, you heard about the knees, but some of the other issues it helps with, which are incredible: better sleep, more energy, mental clarity, soft skin, wrinkle reduction, hair growth after 3 months. And this is all in that 18-minute science that he talks about. So hear it from him, our owner, inventor, CEO. And once again, that's at startx39.com. So I hope you guys all have a great night. And once again, just get with the person who brought you here and they will tell you how to get your patches. And with that, we'll go ahead and stop the recording.